All right, here we are at Ironman New Zealand. I am sitting on the couch with Carrie Lester, the Animal, or Mrs. Animal. Can you just quickly explain where that nickname's come from?
Well, it was actually my partner, Scott D. Philippus, that has passed that name on, and he is the Animal. And since we've been seeing each other lately, I'm now Mrs. Animal. And, you know, it's catching on.
Well, it's clearly working. You've just come back from 6 weeks training up in the Snowy Mountains with Caroline Steffen, Dave Dello and a few others, and you're all working pretty hard. Tell me, how's the 6-week camp been going?
You know, it went really well. We had perfect weather there, and we basically just locked ourselves away for 6 weeks and just went at it in the mountains.
Like animals. Like animals.
But, you know, it's a hard time of year because we started it, you know, after everyone had had a little bit of a break. So for us, it was just really building that fitness, and we had like the best place to do it in Australia, so it was really good.
Unreal. And look, you've lined up for Ironman Melbourne as well. So is this race a bit of a gauge to see where you're at, and Melbourne's your A game, or you're going out hard this weekend as well?
You know, it is a training race this weekend, but it's how I've been told to race it, as a training race. But, you know, I'm going to bike hard, and, you know, I really want to test my run as well. I do want to see where I'm at, and I can't really do that properly if I don't kind of push myself. So I'm going to go at it, and if I'm anywhere in the top 3, I'm going to go hard until I get to the finish line. You know, I am going to push myself. It's a good gauge for Melbourne, and if I can, you know, get a good race on Saturday, it's great training just doing that. It really boosts your fitness. So just a matter of recovering and give it another hit for Melbourne.
Awesome. And the time between now and Melbourne, what do you do? Do you still train just as hard, or do you get to have that week of recovery like most people, or is it just keep ticking it over?
Look, we keep ticking it over. I think the worst thing that you can do after an Ironman is not do anything. Yep. You know, your recovery is just going to be delayed. So next week, it's a normal week. I mean, we still train, but it's a very, you know, tapered back training. Yep. So it's just to keep your body moving, and then hopefully, you know, the next week, if I'm feeling good, I can start pushing it again. But the important thing is that, you know, your heart needs to rest, and it needs to recover. So, you know, you just need to listen to your body. If it's not ready to go the next week, it's not ready to go. So you don't push. You just, you know, keep at it, keep trying to increase the work, and then, you know, you can only do what your body's ready to do.
Yeah. And speaking of that, after the 6 weeks that you spent away hammering yourselves, did you get much of a break, taper time before this race, or it's just been, I kind of knew that answer before I asked it.
No, not really. And since I've been with the team and Brett has been training me, my idea of a taper now is, you know, it's completely different to how others would taper. You know, we still have a decent training week. We have key sessions in there that still need to be done. But yeah, we were hammering away until, you know, the weekend, and then just a little bit of a rest, and game on.
Just one last question. Since you've been with Brett and Team TBB, what's, I guess, the most valuable thing that you've learnt from his style of coaching and from being with that group of phenomenal athletes?
Look, there's a couple of really important things that I've learnt. The biggest one for me is how consistent you really do need to be, and how much you really can push your body. And also learning how to train as a female athlete. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned. There's sessions that I thought that I had to do before I was training with Brett, but now from, you know, being with him and understanding how females train and need to train, and they're different to men, that there's sessions that men do that we just don't need to do, or we can do them but we're not going to get any benefit out of it, and they start eating into your recovery time and all, you know, sorts of things like that. So for me, it's knowing how to train you know, as a female, and what sessions, you know, are key sessions for me and what I need to hit.
Well, okay, well, we're going to leave it there, let you go and get your wetsuit sorted, but I'm very keen to talk to you again about those differences with with training as a female, so hopefully we can catch up.
A few.
Yes, all right, not too many secrets, but all the very best. You're flying the Aussie flag on Saturday as well, so get amongst it.
No worries.
Thank you.
No worries.